Alright guys, so in this video what I'm going to do is go over the discovery vulnerability, but obviously with the time allocated, making things a bit more sensitive. So obviously get the time started. If I enter in, I always start up a new browser, don't use the Foxy proxy, but if I go to the website here, the one that is taking an interest is the post stock call. So what you can typically do is you can run a start of that target, and the principle of this actual exam or this practice is that it takes a little bit of time to actually process. You can see here it's the one that I have in question. I can start playing around with it, but I think the purpose obviously is to try and include it within the scope. So you notice that it's not actually in the scope at the moment. So if I do a add to scope, that will then pinpoint just the URI instance. So in the past, obviously I was actually running from the root upwards, and this is obviously the one that takes a little bit more time to actually conclude. But obviously now I can add in additional parameters. You can still see the time is ticking, and obviously if I actually, there you go. So it took a few seconds obviously when I shorten the actual scope, and you can see here the include XML can be injected into the product ID parameter, which is quite an interesting one, because the outer bound is actually a one of the tests. So again, we're still running on 108, but if I go and find that particular page, again, this is one of the practice exams that was actually done in the past. So if I just find that out, I have it with my notes here, but if I do a include, I can see the X include to retrieve the files. Within here, it's actually a solution by including these additional XMLs into the actual product ID. So if I go back to repeater, okay, 725 left. Yeah, so it's actually the one that question is actually the product ID. So in order to retrieve the files, I just need to add in the namespace your XML to include that file etc password. And actually, if you see on the page, it's done. So nice and easy. On to the next one. Thanks, guys.